This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and today we are playing Nimbatus, the Space Drone Constructor. This game just hit early access. I've had a copy of it for a while. I covered it way back when on an episode of Freeform Friday, but like I said, it just hit early access today, so I wanted to show you all everything that's going on with it and how it's been changed and updated and all that good stuff. And yeah, so let's get to it. So we're just gonna start I'm gonna start a brand new game here. I'm actually just we're gonna get rid of that because yeah, it's whatever. We'll start a brand new game. So this game's really cool. I really like the whole concept of it because it just allows for so much creativity. So we're gonna visit this planet here first. And as you can see, we got a rather large star map here. So pretty decent size. I think we unlock more stuff. Like you can see, there's stuff out here, so I assume that when we get to like here or here, it will probably unlock more of the map so that we can see more stuff. But right now, we can see this. So we're just going to start off with this planet here, though, and we're going to click Visit, and then we're going to select a drone. Now, this is really fantastic because it has, not only can you create your own drone, but I think this is really cool how they did this. It's integrated with the Steam Workshop. So you can actually go over to the Steam Workshop, and if you don't want to create your drone, you can see other drones that people have created, and you can easily import them into your game, which is absolutely amazing. So not only does it allow for a ton of creativity to create your own drone and stuff like that and find new ways to beat the game and beat the planets and stuff, but it also integrates a whole like community effort type thing by integrating the Steam Workshop so easy. You don't even have to leave the game. You can click over here, see the ones that you've downloaded, you can import them and all that stuff. But we're gonna create a new drone because I wanna show you the construction and how it goes. So here is our blueprint, and we can roll the middle mouse button in and out to zoom in and out. And you can see it shows all of the controls over here. So you can like copy and paste and duplicate and rotate left, right, pretty much anything and everything you would want to do for quick construction. So what we're going to start off here is we're going to start off with this. You can also rotate pieces by, once you have the piece selected, you hit your scroll wheel on your mouse and you can rotate that way. And as you see over here, you can rotate left and right with comma and period as well. So there you go. So that's one rotation on the mouse. And if we straighten it back up, that's a rotation with the comma. So you get a much more fine-tuned experience using the scroll wheel. So we're going to put that there. We're going to leave the plating as normal. You got different platings for like heat resistance. So you got like heat resistance, cold resistance, and then normal. We're just going to leave them normal for now. And then you can only have so many pieces connected to a piece. And I'll explain that here a little more in a second. We're just going to those are overlapping. Yep, I know. Hold on, let me just drag that. Now you could just drag the piece out like so and then move it around. So we're going to just move that out like that. Okay, so there's the base of our drone that we're gonna start constructing here. So by default, whenever you click a piece, it just connects to the centerpiece. You can only have so many pieces connected to one piece, including your centerpiece. You can change where those are connected to, and you can also see they have to be within the green circle as well. You can't go outside, but you can change those by just having the piece under your cursor and then clicking another piece, and you could see it moved. So now this thruster is now connected to that piece there. So I'm just gonna add some thrusters here so we can go, that's gonna allow us to go up. It isn't forward back, it's up and down and left and right. And when you're testing this out, you can see here you have your test flight options here. You can enable gravity, and gravity is the same, and it's the same way on the planet. So maybe a little confusing at first when you're looking at this. So I just want to point that out. It's not, forward, back, left, right. It's up, down, left, and right. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we can turn, and for turning, I like to have angles on the thrusters because it allows you to get a much sharper turn. And you can see here when I have them selected, I have the key bindings. So let's do this. Let's make sure this is going to be on W. This one's on W. So this is going to push us this way. So when I want to turn to the left, I would hit A. So they're going to be backwards from what you would think they would be because it's going to push you in that direction. So this one would be D. Now, if we just go over here real quick and we slap some fuel on it like so, and then we do a little test flight here. If I initialize gravity, you can see we are falling down. But if I hit the W key, we are going up and then left and right. So that seems to be working pretty good there. Yeah, I like it. We got pretty sturdy controls. Yeah, okay, so far so good. So let's go back to the other. However, I don't want this here. So we're just going to delete that. And you can do that really easy by just making sure the piece is selected and then just hitting the delete key. And let's go over to the fuel. So we have different fuel options. You can see the different fuel options like refill at certain speeds. So like this one is a booster tank, has large capacity but no recharge. This one refuels at 32 a second. This one refuels at 16 a second. And this one refuels at 8 a second. So let's see, let's do this. Let's select that, put that there. Okay, good, that's not overlapping. And then we will put a fuel tank there. That should be okay. Let's do this and get a little bit of protection on those like that. And then we're also going to need energy. So you can see we have different battery options here. This is going to power our weapons. So you can see we have the super capacitor. It has its large capacity, but no recharge. And then we have these with varying amounts of recharge, just like the fuel. So I'm going to put one of those there. And then I think we'll put, oh, we're overlapping there. Well, that's not good. And you can select the piece and hold it underneath your mouse by double clicking it as well. So if we double click, you can see it's now underneath and I'm not holding down anything, but I'm able to move it around. And now that I think about it, I don't know if I like this design. And you can see when you select a piece, it highlights all the other pieces that you have connected to that piece. So like all of those are connected. And I can double click this and then rebind it like so, and then we're going to do the same thing there just to move that around. I'm actually going to delete all this. So I'm going to mess with this a hot minute, and then we will come back and I'll show you what I've done and explain it to you just so we don't eat up a ton of time. Okay, so I have a pretty good working drone here. We'll just go over a few things real quick. So I have shields here that activate, and you can see the radius of the shields when I hold down spacebar. I have our turn left and our right rockets, our forward rockets, down rockets, so that we can just have a little extra maneuverability. We don't have to wait on gravity to pull us down. And then we have charged rockets, and that's bound to shift. And they essentially just give us like a quick boost of energy. These are tanks for collecting resources. We need to upgrade stuff, and that'll make sense here in just a second. And then we have a bunch of fuel and other options. We have some weapons here, but I want to show you the weapons workshop because you can create customized weapons, which is absolutely fantastic. So if we click create a new weapon, well, first of all, this is your weapon tree. So I'll show you that here. We'll click create a new weapon, and you can see here if we create a blaster, this is everything that affects a blaster. If we do flamethrower type, this is everything that affects your flamethrower type. And grenade launcher, long laser, short laser, so pretty much lasers are the same set in the tree there. Rocket launcher, shotgun, blaster, and I think that's where we started. Yeah, we started with the blaster. So I want to go back to rocket launcher. Now we have 3 upgrades that we can add to it, and that's going to affect all of this stuff here. We can also change the type of damage. So there's kinetic, there's plasma, and you can see it used to heat up. It tells you what they do. Used to terraform planets, used to freeze enemies, less damage. So we could just let's do this one. And if you take a look at the upgrade options here, you can see we have resources that we need to unlock that. And you can see those are up here as well. And you're going to highlight over them and see what each of these costs. So we could do digging right now, but I'm not too concerned about digging. And this is a damage upgrade. That one would be a good option. And this is recoil. I'm not too worried about that. And then we have projectile lifetime. Not worried about that either. Projectile lifetime downgrade. So if you want shorter projectile lifetime, I think this would be useful for like the grenade launcher, but all of this we cannot afford. We can afford this one here, the attack speed, and we cannot afford this one, which is projectile count. But I think we're just going to go with damage right from the start. To unlock that, all we have to do is make sure it's selected and just come down here and click the research button. And now we have that research. Then in order to enable that research, you select here and then make sure that whichever one of these you want to place it in is selected, and then just come over here and click it. And now we have the damage upgrade installed. I guess we could do the, what was this, attack speed? Guess we could do attack speed as well. So we'll go ahead and research that one and we'll add that one in here. Oh, we added it to that one. Okay, so let's, there we go. So now we can then name it. So we're just gonna call this rockets. Let's call it hot rockets. And that's it. So if we just hit the X button here and we go back to the editor and we go over to the weapons, you can see, here we go. We have hot rockets. So we're going to place, let's do 2 of these. Let's move this over just a little bit and see if we can fit another one in here just like that. And I think we're good to go for our first mission. Let's give it a real quick test flight. We got a ton of firepower. Oh yeah, look at that. We're just wrecking that guy. Oh yeah, we just tore through his shields. We're also tearing through our energy. Oh man, he died. Looks like he died from the heat. I guess the heat's damage over time if they get hot enough. So we can then pop our shields and just stand here and face tank these guys. And then our shields just ran out of energy. That's not good. That's not good at all. But yeah, so there we go. Our shields are back up. I think this will work. Looks pretty good. All right, so we're gonna save and exit, and then we will launch. All right, here we are. We are on our first mission, and our first mission is to destroy the hives. Now, we have, let's go down here just a little bit. This here is where we can dump our resources we gather, and that's what this little doohickey here is for. I'll show you that here in a second. So let's see what we got down here. Let's head towards the planet's surface. So right there, some resources. Let's see if we can, oh, they're not even, oh yeah, they're underground here. That's okay. So we got a hole there for the ground. So if I just right click my mouse button, which is what I have it bound to, you can see that we are just pulling in the resources, and gravity is going to continue to pull you down always on every planet. You can automate your drone to fight against the gravity. There is a whole automation system, but that is for another video. I'm just showing you the basics right now. Okay, we can't collect anymore. Our tank is full. So we just go back up here like this, and then we hover over top of it like so, and you can see it just deposits our resources, and now they are showing up top there. So that's how you gather the resources to upgrade your weapons and stuff. It's like a little additional mini game on top of your mission that you have to accomplish. Is that a hive? What is that? I don't know. We're blowing it up. I don't know what it is, but I destroyed it. Oh, here we go. We got some action now. Kill those. Okay, there's our hive. There's what we need to be blowing up. Giving it everything we got here. Oh, it's getting nice and hot. There we go. Quickly made short work of that. And the gravity is being a pain in my butt right now. Okay, so let's go down here. Let's get all this red crystal, because that's going to be really good for upgrades. And maybe be able to control this gravity situation here. All right, there we go. So we got a nice chunk of red resources. I'm going to take those over and drop those off in our little drop-off area here. That was actually a really big selection of red resources there. Okay, so let's go see if we can find a couple more of these hives before we worry about collecting resources. We can always come back to the resources. They will be here. They're not going to go anywhere. So these little purple things are new. I've never seen those before. It looks like they just create a chunk of earth, which is cool. I don't know what their purpose serves other than to explode and create a chunk of planet. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We're in a mess now. Back up. Uh-oh. 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 We're taking heavy fire. Spin. Spin. Shields. Uh-oh. This is not good. Shields are on cooldown. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got it. Oh, there's 2 hives here. That's our problem. Oh, we just banged into the planet. It's not good. It's not good. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We got it now. The downside is we need to face this way. Okay. I think we got it. If I just keep tapping. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why are my shields working? I'm out of energy. That's never good. Charge and then boost. So you can see how the charge boost works. We're taking a ton of fire. You can see our parts starting to turn red there from the fire that they were taking, from the damage they were taking. I think we're good now. We just burned through all of our energy way too quickly there. I'm just going to kind of just fall down here for a sec. Okay, here we go. Now we should be able to easily destroy this one. Our rockets are kind of all over the place. Maybe I should switch to lasers. They're a little more accurate. I mean, the rockets are good for AoE, but they're just everywhere. And we're out of energy again. Yeah, I'm just going to try to hover right here. Yeah, we got a lot of spread going on. Okay, we got it. No big deal. We got it. All right, let's... Whoa! Comets! That's new. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. That's not good. Yeah, comets are a new thing. That's new for early access, which is, I like it. Adds new danger to the planet. All right, so we completed the mission, which is absolutely fantastic. Now we're just going to kill these last couple of guys here. So if we click this, we'll go back to the Nimbatus, but I want to go down here and I want to collect a bunch of these red resources and the yellow resources so that we can maybe get something unlocked. Okay, so we got that full up. Let's see here. Can we just dig a hole? Let's just dig a hole. So the entire planet is destructible as well, which is really fantastic. You can destroy it, you can create planet, you can, yeah, it's really cool. So, we gotta be careful we don't get our, let's see here. I'm gonna back up. Nope. Okay. We can get stuck, and that's something that I don't want to do. All right, here we go. Here we go. We're good. We're good. We got it. So we'll just collect all of that, get that tank full, and then we will pop on out of here like so. Okay, sweetness. Okay, so now we're just going to go back over here. We're going to drop off these resources and then we will head back. I got one more little cool thing that I want to show you, just some of the different options in the construction or the blueprint construction, whatever you want to call it, the construction area, drone construction area. That's the word I'm looking for. Got all tongue-tied there for a second. Okay, so drop all of that off and then we'll just click back. Okay, so if we just click visit again, and then we just click select drone, we can go back in and edit our drone selection here. So we can just click edit. I'm actually going to create a new one just because I want to show you some different concepts. So there's a lot of really cool stuff. So you have all these different weapons like saw blades and drill blades and TNT and spikes, and then all the different weapons you can create that are customizable. You have your different tanks for collecting the resources, and then you have the resource collector. You have the distance sensor, and this is all automation stuff. You have the speed sensor, directional sensor, camera tracker, which moves the camera to different sections of your drone if you decouple them, and you'll see that here in a sec. Then we have the temperature sensor and the altimeter as well. And then we have all of these different, what are these, I/O switches, I guess you could call them. I guess that's what they're called. So like switches, on, off, XOR gates, AND gates, all that stuff. Impulse, long impulse, buffer, LED, just if you want lights on the whole thing. Then we have the free hinge, the motorized hinge, the decoupler, a spring, medium spring, heavy spring magnet and the factory. The factory is really cool. It reproduces anything that is connected to it. So if we just do this and we have the factory there, you can see decouple the part, print the part. So let's just set this to that and we will decouple it at the same time. And then I'll just throw some quick engines on here. Okay, so I just threw together a quick little sloppy drone here so I could show you this. So anything we connect to this, it will print and decouple. So for example, we can come over here and we can choose the saw blades. And actually, let's give the saw blades energy. So we'll do this like so. And then we will just connect another little piece like that. And then we can connect 2 saw blades to it like that. And now we need a button for these saw blades to go. So what we do is we go over here to our switches or our logic parts and we get a switch and we can just put that switch anywhere. I'm just gonna tag it on right there. So to toggle that switch, we'll just make that the F key. And what that's going to do is activate the G key. Now these will be activated by the G key. So you can see what we just did there. Essentially, whenever the G key is activated, those are going to turn on. We can toggle that on and off with the F key. So if we go over here to the test flight, you can see our printer filled up and it is complete. So now we can just let that go and you can see actually it double printed there for a second. Let's try this again. So there we go. So it prints and decouples and then they're just kind of hanging there. Let's turn gravity on so they actually like fall down. And now if we toggle the F key, you can see that those are just going, which is really cool because then you can just create separate parts from your drone and automated parts that you can just drop off and you can create all kinds of crazy stuff. So if you didn't want this, we can just delete all of this here. And we have the TNT under the weapons. So if we do that, and then we'll just say TNT is activated with F, we'll delete this part because we don't need that anymore. And that will cause the TNT to explode. So you don't want the TNT to explode on you, obviously, but say maybe you wanted to create some type of drop ship. So now if we decouple it, you can see that we can print and decouple and blow up TNT just by right-clicking our mouse button. And if you don't want it to decouple at the same time that it prints, you can actually change that key. So right now, our print and our decouple are the same. So let's make print R. Actually, let's make decouple R and print the... Actually, no. Yeah, that makes more sense. We'll decouple it there and print it with there. Okay, so then we'll come back here. Now, you can see we can decouple. We can print a new one, we can decouple, and we can just hold on to it. And then when we want to blow them all up, we just hit F. So there's a lot. I mean, you can obviously see like all of the neat stuff you can do with the printer. Like it's really fantastic. So, and then there's you can just create secondary parts to your drone that you can just completely decouple. So if we take this whole section here and we add in a decoupler, and we connect it to it. Now this printer is going to be bound to this decoupler and we'll just make that Q and then we'll come back over here. Now if I hit Q, it decouples the whole printer from the thing, but the printer will still work. So we can, let's see, what was our decouple key? There we go. And then we can print another one and then we can print another one. And then we can print another one, and then we can just blow them all up. So yeah, I mean, it's a really cool game altogether. I'm going to be playing a lot of this game. I'm really excited that it's in early access now. It's just so creative with the amount of stuff that you can do. You can pretty much create anything you can possibly imagine, and I highly advise checking it out. I will put a link for it in the description if you liked everything you saw and you think it looks cool. I mean, it's at a discount. I think it's like 20% off today, so it's like 10, 15 bucks. I highly advise checking it out. All right, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you'd like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.